Alright, can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, am I back yet? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Are you there? I see you. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. OBS had OBS had a burp, I guess. I looked down, I'm like, hey, the green box for my where my bit rate is at now says 0. That's probably bad when it changes from green to red and says 0. So I'm guessing it just had a local internet interruption or something. But yeah, so I'm looking into getting. Well, I'm not looking into it anymore. I'm doing it. I'm doing competitive go kart racing. But I bought a used cart, and yeah, turns out that my cart was originally designed for high-speed oval racing, or maybe high-speed road racing. So my cart runs really, really well, but only at maximum speed. I'm on a very short technical course with a lot of slow corners. Guess what my cart struggles with? All of it. It struggles with all of it. It was not good today. So my clutch is wrong. My engine's installed wrong. The engine was actually put in crooked. I can't put a chain guide on it as it sits because there's no space for it, which means my chain falls off. I didn't know to drain the fuel out of my carburetor, so I ruined the low-speed jet in my carburetor. What else? I did a bunch of other dumb stuff, too. Okay, I'll ask you guys the same question I asked Sadie. I looked up, because I've never raced before, and I don't know what my tire pressures were supposed to be in this cart. So I looked up the pressures, and it says the maximum PSI for the tire is 4 bar, which equivalates to about 58 PSI. So we'll say 60 pounds of air pressure in these little tires is what they said are the maximum inflation on them. Like, okay, I get that. So for somebody new, so lots of learning and fixing. Yes, lots of fixing. I was the only guy there today who broke out more than one tool. The one guy had one screwdriver. He was adjusting his air filter. I was the only person who had parts off of their cart all day, and I had a lot of them off. But it's okay. If I told you guys, hey, this tire's supposed to run 60 pounds of air pressure, but I don't know, or I not should run 60 pounds, excuse me. This tire says its maximum is 60 pounds of air pressure. What should I run to start with in it since I don't know? So run at 45 PSI? That was my thought. I'm thinking, okay, I wasn't going to go to 45. I'm thinking, okay, I know slick tires are supposed to get grip, so I know the pressure's supposed to be a bit lower. I also know that you don't want to run it too low, because then they just get squishy. If you're racing, I would say a little softer, 38. Again, my thoughts exactly. It's also very, very cold today, keep in mind. It was probably 45 degrees at the warmest today. So I started at about 25 PSI. I thought, yeah, 25, that's like a third of the maximum pressure, still more than enough to keep the tires on the wheels. You know, that should be a good PSI, 20 to 25. Yeah, that was mistake number 1. I asked one of the kids when I was getting ready to go out, I said, hey man, what do you set your tires to? I was going to ask. He said, oh, on a cold day like this, he said maybe 12. I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah. My first run, I was on ice. Those tires were so freaking greasy. Oh my god. Like, seriously, because they're slicks, you want as much of them hitting the road as possible. And because the track was so cold, tires that are underinflated get drug around on the track more, which heats them up faster, creating grip. Warm tires get grip. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, first race I go out, almost wreck 3 times on the pace laps because I can't get any heat in my tires, because my cart won't take corners, because I have the wrong gearing and a bad clutch. Mind you, the clutch is so bad. Stream had a pulse. Yeah, I know, it did a weird thing. But so, just letting you know, yeah, like I said, I don't know what was going on there, but it's working again. It was just kind of weird. But so yeah, the clutch is actually so bad. It's not supposed to start engaging the clutch until you start hitting the gas. My clutch engages even when you're not hitting the gas. Like, you're supposed to be able to touch the gas a little, and the clutch doesn't really do a whole lot. It's supposed to just run. My clutch engages the second the engine starts running. I'm like, yeah, that seems wrong. Like, call me crazy, that seems like a bad thing to me. Sure enough, lo and behold, I was right. It's a bad thing. You don't want that. So, had to go and figure that whole ordeal out. And I really couldn't do much about it. I had to get push started today. I'd get the cart running and somebody would have to push me to get me going about 5 miles an hour. Then I could hit the gas and hold the choke open until I got it to speed. Otherwise, the cart would die. So, it was working. It let me race for the day, but I have to go through and change the clutch now, the gearing, all of that ridiculousness. It was, sounds like you had quite a day. Yes, I had a very eventful day because, again, I showed up. I worked on the cart for an hour straight just to make the starting grid for test drives, or for, like, practice sessions, because that's all we did today was just practice sessions. There was no official wheel-to-wheel racing. Immediately, everybody else came back, put their cart back up on their stand, had some more coffee, whatever, chilling out, talking to people. Meanwhile, back in the pits, I'm over there scrambling, throwing wrenches, grabbing screwdrivers, sockets, impacts, everything. I got it all fixed up, and then I had to go out again. Then I was able to complete the session. Then I have to come back in because I thought Violet was having a stroke. No, it pinged again because my stream dropped and it went alive again, so... Hey! Oh no. Cornbread, yes!
Bread, corn, bread, corn, bread, corn, bread, corn, bread, corn, bread, corn, bread,
Cornbread. I love cornbread. Thank you, Sadie. Thank you for the 50 biddies as well. I think Sadie likes cornbread. But thank you. I got 3 pings of stream. Well, the first one was me, Coy. My PC had a problem. So I canceled the live, restarted my PC, and went live again. And then the second time was the stream just dipping out. Stream was like that meme. It's the kid with the peace sign as he just fades away. Ritual bread corn. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so I was able to finish the second race, and they were actually, luckily I was the only one on track. They were going to black flag me because my muffler was falling off. Like, I came off the track and they're like, hey man, good job, your exhaust is falling off your cart. I'm like, oh, my bad, I'll get that fixed, sorry. They're like, yeah, we figured you didn't know and you're the only one out there, even if it falls off, you're gonna be fine. So they're like, we let you finish, but you'll want to fix that. I'm like, okay, thank you for the heads up on that. You end up asking people that were more experienced for helps, tips, and tricks? Yes. They were actually offering help, and I was asking some other questions as well. Like, I was asking about tire pressures. I was asking about clutches. Because I was asking the one guy, I'm like, is this normal for this to do this? He went, no, that's not normal in any way, shape, or form. Why does it do that? And I'm like, well, could it be X, Y, or Z? And he's like, yeah, actually, why would it be that way? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I bought it this way. I bought it. I was told it was a working cart. And while they weren't necessarily lying, they were not being very straight with me because it definitely has problems. So again, he was the one who was teaching me about the different clutches and sprockets and changing my gearing and all this and that. And I'm like, oy. Yeah, it ended up being a bit of a mess, but luckily, the people up there are very, very kind and gracious, and were more than willing to help me with stuff, so it was really cool. They were able to get me set up with the stuff I need to be successful. Like I said, I've got a new low-speed jet in the carburetor. It's outside, currently airing out so the carb doesn't get gummed up again. I've got the, that. New clutch. I've got a chain guide now to install. I've got the knowledge of what it's supposed to look like and how they're supposed to sound and work, which I'm hoping will help tremendously. And now, once I get the new clutch in, I can reset the cart's idle on the engine. That way it'll actually run properly, too. Because right now, cart don't run right. Because I've had it dialed in to run with the wrong kind of clutch on it. I'm running a high-speed oval clutch on a short track. It's like, it's no wonder I'm struggling. That clutch engages so hard. It's not even funny. Like, that clutch is terrible. Niece. I read that as niece. Niecey. Jesus. Jesus, where? What did I hear? Somebody was joking. It was a joke, but it was a really well done one. They said something about I forget what it was. Something about in the Bible, God sends the holy word down to somebody in the form of a pigeon, therefore confirming that the bird is in fact the word. And I'm like, wow, really? You went all that way for a bird as the word joke? Bruh. Like, definition of a ride or die for the day sounds like. Pretty much, yeah. Like my muffler I fixed with a spare bolt and nut I had laying around, and I just kind of threw it together, and the kid's like, you know that's not supposed to have a nut on it, right? I'm like, it's stripped out, and I can't have the muffler falling off. And he went, oh. I said, I mean, I can get a new clamp later, but it's this or nothing for the moment. And he went, I mean, it works. He said, it's not illegal, you're just not supposed to need it. And I'm like, hey man, if it gets me a race today, like, I'm just here to practice. He went, no, fair. I mean, if it works, it works. Put her together and run it. So, but yeah, it was a lot of Band-Aids, baling wire, and learning curves today. How long on the new clutch? There's not like an official length on how long new clutches last. I already have it. He had one in stock because the guy that runs the place has a trailer full of parts that he sells. So I bought the new clutch from him already, and it's supposed to last a very, very long time is what I'm told. I was told you might be able to get upwards of 3 seasons out of them, which is, I mean, that's 3 years for about $120 worth of clutch. That's pretty darn good on a clutch. I mean, that's a lot of driving on a clutch like that. And supposedly it'll do really well and keep me in the race for a long time. Even the new tires they're running this year, they say are going to be, if I'm lucky and I'm careful with how I drive, my tires could last me upwards of an entire season maybe. So I'm hopeful for that. That would be nice to not have to buy more tires, because tires are kind of expensive. So, but I'll be excited to get the cart put together and running properly. Get my chain guides on and my and that's if you do all the races during the season. That's true, yeah. Because I won't be able to, like, next weekend is supposed to be the very first race of the year. Speaking of which, if you guys, next weekend, I am not going to be on stream. Starting from Saturday to most likely Sunday, the full weekend, I'm probably going to stream Friday night, and then I'm hoping to be back Monday. But that Saturday, Sunday, I am out of town at a bowling tournament in Kentucky next weekend. So I will not be on at all Saturday or Sunday next weekend, as I am out of town, unfortunately. So it's fun. It's a little fun, like, pre-vacation trip for me. Speaking of which, that's the other thing I have an announcement on. It's not quite close enough yet. Let me get the dates here. IRL stream through GoPro. If I had a GoPro, bro, I would gladly do that. I do not have a GoPro. You know what I could... Do I have my... Hang on a minute. Let me see if I can find my link. I have a GoPro on my throne, but I do not have... Because I need to add that to my thing anyways. I'm going to add my throne eventually to this. Yo, Bailey, I just saw your picture of your PNG. That looks sick. Like, that is awesome. I love that. That's very, very cool. I approve. That looks cool. But yeah, I'm gonna get my throne linked up through here because I do want a GoPro, but I can't afford one right now. I had to spend all my money on the cart right now, so maybe if my cart does really well this season, I might be able to look at it. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. That's like I said, it just popped up, and I really like the way it looks. I like that. So Yeah, I do want a GoPro. That would be really cool. Unfortunately, I don't have one yet. But so yeah, next weekend, 29th and 30th, there's going to be no stream. And then next month, starting May 27th through July the 4th, that's a, what, 8, 9, 10-day thing, I think? Basically, I'm on vacation the week of Memorial Day, and I'm leaving to go to Charlotte for the Coke 600 on May 27th, and I'm not coming back home until July 5th or June 5th. Excuse me, June 5th. So I will be gone for like, what is that? That's 7, 8, 9 days. I'll be away. I'll be home on the 5th. So there will be a big lapse for me. It's my first ever vacation as a working class adult. I've been out of college 3 years now, and this is my first ever vacation I'm going on. So it's going to be really cool. I've been wanting to do this forever. I'm going to a NASCAR race. I'm going to get to go to an anime convention and do some cosplay stuff. I'm looking forward to that quite a lot. But in the meantime, there will be no stream that week. As I will be, of course, away from my PC for quite a long time. So just so you guys know about that. But yeah, I'm going to be, eventually I'd love to have a GoPro and get, like, footage of my races and stuff to put up for you guys and stuff like that. You saying IRL streams what made me think of my vacations, because there will be a couple of IRL streams, both from the Coke 600 and from the convention that I go to. Probably not one next weekend, because there's not really much to film. It's just me bowling. And I can't exactly show that because it would dox the absolute crap out of me. So I'm not doing that. the streams at the NASCAR race and stuff like that, I bought a really genuinely nice like face mask, as well as a pair of sunglasses and a ball cap. So I will be able to remain very anonymous, even if I do a IRL stream there. And at the convention, I can just, I can kind of do the same thing, but I can't do that at the bowling tournament. The mask kind of flops around. It's hard to bowl in, so I don't. But yeah, it should be fun in the future. You guys are gonna get more updates on my cart. I think you guys are both in my Discord now, so if you are in my Discord, I have an entire channel, VPetter, the cart, that's dedicated to this thing. I've decided to nickname it V because VPatter is very much a tongue twister to say all the time. So you're saying we can see your broad shoulders? Hot. I don't know about broad shoulders, man, but yeah, you guys will. I have done a face reveal once before, but that was last year at the convention, and the stream was up for like 12 hours, and I took it down, so I probably won't be doing that again this year, since I do have ways to remain a little more anonymous. But last year was an exception as well, because I was cosplaying myself. I went to the convention. I bought cat ears. I had like I had colored contacts for my different colored eyes and stuff. It was pretty cool. It was cool to become myself in public for once. Like, I don't get to do that really, and it was really cool to experience that. Of course, nobody there knew. It was kind of like, oh, it's just an OC, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, original character, whatever. But like, yeah, it's a little more than that, but whatever, Nobody there, like, I'm not a big enough name that everybody, I go to a convention, they're like, oh, you're that guy. I'm like, nobody knows. It's kind of nice though, because I get to remain anonymous while I do it, which is like. Yeah, that's what my cart sounded like today half the time. I come around the corner, hit the gas, and that's all it heard. Which is like, what are you talking about? Which is like what? Which is like the fart noise. Pretty much, yeah. Like I said, that cart was awful today with some of that. Oh, the amount of chatter and vibration during acceleration. Oh my god, it was awful. Yeah, coming out of the corners was genuinely a bad experience. Yeah, and that was what my tires were like every time I entered the corners. They'd go across the track, and that would be about their grip level. Just absolute hot garbage.
You've arrived at your destination.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, Sadie knows how to build them. Whoa. Wow. I wonder if I can find a map of, like, where the track's at. At least yours worked, kinda. Did a 3-gun competition today. Rifle decided to not work on the first shot. No, that's awful. Yeah, mine didn't work good, but it did at least function. That's awful. Did you figure out what happened with your gun today? Like, what happened there? Did it just, like, what happened there? Now you got me curious as to what happened to your gun, because usually, especially somebody who uses them for competition, they usually don't do that very often, from what I understand. That's kind of an odd thing. Like, oh man, hey, all that driving today wore me out. I haven't been sleeping better, at least, so I should be able to stay up later this week on my streams. I don't know about tonight because I'm just tired from working, but what was I doing? Change car. Let's just go. I'm just gonna build something fun. I'm tired of driving the same 3 cars all the time. Double feeds from F to mag. Gas setting was also underpowered. Okay, so it sounds like you had some okay, so it sounds partially like setup problems and partially like a damaged equipment you didn't know about, which, I mean, that always sucks, but unfortunately there's not a whole lot you can do about that. Sometimes you're kind of stuck with that because you don't know any better until it's too late. That's always unfortunate. You don't want to have that, but yeah, that's I hate when that kind of thing happens, because it's like, if only you'd known, you could have fixed it, but there's no way for you to have known until it happened, and you just got to be sitting there going, "Son of a," like, the whole time. That is the worst feeling, knowing that you could have fixed it if only you'd known. That is very relatable. What engine does this have in it? No. 3.56 liter. Oh, I know what engine this is. A little Turbo 6. And ready. Yeah, it blew up. Alright, let's go put a proper engine in it. I have a very bad experience with the 3.6 V6, and I refuse to use them. Come on, pile, go. Stupid blown up engine anyways. Alright, let's go get a proper engine in this thing. It says CTSV, so that means it should have V8 PDSC? What? What is that engine swap? What? 6.2 V8 PDSC. Okay. 6.2 V8 PDSC. Spotted the new... Oh, here it is. There's a Reddit post about it already. Oh. It's the engine out of the CT5 Blackwing. Hmm. Interesting. 668 horsepower, yeah. So that is out of the 2022 CT5 Blackwing. There's okay, interesting. Positive displacement supercharger. Huh. Interesting. So that's just a extra Cadillac engine then. Done. Offside topic, since I saw BMW's 2023 Supra still kind of looks ugly, changed my mind. Have you seen one, Chief, with a wide body kit by HKS? Would that possibly change your mind? Yep, it's our positive displacement supercharger. Okay, cool. So that is it. All right. Well, I fixed that car already. Have you seen a wide body version of the Supra? Because you're right. I can't say I hate the new Supra, but it's definitely got a love or hate appeal to it. Where's my Toyotas at? Toyota. Yeah, here we go. Let's get my drift car out. One of them. What do we think of the wide body? With the wide body on it, this thing... Oh, wait, doesn't this thing have two wide bodies? Hang on a minute. Auto upgrade. Nope. Sexy. I really like the wide... I think this thing has two wide bodies. No, it doesn't. Okay, so yeah, you have the base, which, I mean, I don't mind. I like the headlights and stuff with the inner piece. Love the red. Thank you. Like, I like the headlights and, like, the beady things. And I do like the tail lights. But, like, I wish it was a little more boxy and a little less swoopy. Specs are fine. I just like the fact it looks more like BMW now. Okay, well, does this help then? If I put the wide body on it... Ooh, and wait, this game actually has more modification options for this game. Because this was a starter car back in the day. Oh, wait, no, I can't use those. Hang on a minute. Let me take the wide body off first. There are things you can do to this to make it look different. So you can go with the more traditional, like, Supra headlights instead of the beady ones. You can change those out and put a better splitter on it. So we can do that. That's the Street Fighter wing. So you have this regular wing. You can also get the Supra style high-rise wing. You get the HKS wing or the Big Drift HKS wing. That's not what I was looking for, though. Rear bumper. Here it is. You can also get the old school tail lights to make it look more Toyota-y. So we'll do that because it's got the big diffuser out back. You can also get the fins in the side of it now, which I quite like. And honestly, the Street Fighter wing is the best of them. However, because it takes... That just looks out of place. It doesn't fit. That looks right. And that's just hideous. That's not bad either, but it's a little bit much. I like Street Fighter subtle, but tasteful. But for my money, it's still the HKS wide body. Because, oh yeah, baby. Whoops. Abandoned setup. Because I like the way it was before. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of BMW, which means I'll probably never own an A90 Supra. Not that I could get one right now anyways. But I will say I don't mind the look of it, and I think it's got potential. But being that it's a lot of BMW architecture, it's kind of meh for me. It doesn't really do much. It's kind of like, like, I don't know. I personally, for my money, if you, what's that? Don't buy this. Buy this. Now, granted, no wide bodies in this game yet. However, the all-new Nissan Z, which I love. Now, this is a car that I really like the look of, especially the back. I like how they took like the base of the 370Z, but changed it to look more like an old school Fairlady. I think that fits this car a lot better. Yeah. Buy 98 and 80 Sprinter because small car goes zoom. Not a bad idea. And in case you were wondering, no, that is not the stock engine in this car. That would be an RB26 I put in this thing. I actually have the Sprinter Trueno. I don't think it's an 80. I think it's 80. It's in the 80s, but I think it's newer than 80. Where's it at? I think it's like 85 in this game. Yep, 85. There it is. Let's go with the tofu delivery machine itself. Upgrades, custom upgrade, reset default. Yep, thank you. So I don't think they have Watanabes on here, so we'll have to go with Koning rewinds, but let's make the tofu car. Just because why not? So I love this. This car is so iconic. Forza actually has, like, you can get the regular Origin or the Forza Aero, or you can get the Forza Street bumper that has the initial defog lights. You can get the little lip spoiler from Origin. We could put that on, but that's not exactly show accurate. I can't get that in carbon fiber, and I can't. Nah, okay, so we're just gonna do that basically. Coding rewind. HIJ. Nope, not there. It's been like every Forza game. Yeah, I mean, it's the freaking tofu car, so you almost have to. It's almost a like obligation at this point. You've got to have it, and you've got to have it in the game because it's just so iconic. This is what got a lot of people into. There's no coding rewinds. What the heck? But yeah, this is what got a lot of people into cars in general. Like Initial D, I've seen that have a huge impact on the car culture in general. And it's like, yeah, sometimes that kind of car, that'd be like making a car racing game and not including a Lamborghini in it. Like, what? Car cult? Little bit. There we go. Those look right. Bunta was a smart enough guy. We'll keep it on stock tires. Stock everything. I did put a little spacers on them just to make them look good. Great cult to make friends with. You are not wrong. That's a great place to make friends in the car community. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here. Bunta would definitely have a race clutch in his car. Just because it's Bunta. And I think he would have had the brakes upgraded a little bit at least. Also, since he always dials in his suspension, we're getting drift suspension as well, just because. Plus, it's Forza, you kind of need that if you want to drift. But everything else I'm going to leave perfectly bone stock. Phew. Oh, no, wait. I can do one other thing. Is there a 4A GE swap? No. Probably because it already has that engine. Dang it. Will it let me go to... They're looking at close to 10,000. It's not quite Takumi super high rev engine. And I know Bunta would have at least had a decent exhaust. Alright, so there we go. Pretty much super low cost drift car. Let's see how it does on the Touge. And after I'm done driving this, I'm probably going to go ahead and call it a night and go to bed because after all of that excitement today, I'm getting a little bit sleepy. So I'm going to get some sleep. Yeah, what do we all drive? For me, I have a 2002 Avalanche and a 92 Nissan 240 SX. What do you guys have? Nice, thank you. I worked very hard to get the stuff that I have, so I'm quite proud of it. 12 Avenger RT, nice. Those aren't bad cars. Whoa, I forgot this is drift suspension, not my race cart. Yeah, those are sharp cars, though. I'm not a huge fan of, like, the Dodge Avenger as a car just because they're kind of like... I'm a single guy. I don't really have much use for, like, a big four-door car. So they're not on, like, my want list. But they're definitely not a bad vehicle, and as long as you keep the oil changed in them, they're usually pretty decent cars. You're supposed to stay on the road? Yeah, that's what happens when you're tired. I probably should have stayed on the road. 18 HRV. Great choice. Another car, not on my radar, because, again, single guy, not much use for a crossover. However, I have actually recommended to several of my friends to get an HRV. They're good cars just for using day to day. Prefer the looks of the 97 Coupe Avenger. Yeah, those are really cool looking. I quite like the old Avengers, but the new ones aren't bad either. They kind of look like a baby Charger. They're not too bad. Like I said, for me, it's a lot to do with the body style and the purpose of the vehicle. Like, I need a truck to tow with. I need something big, beefy, bed space, you know, usable kind of thing. But when it comes to the rest of it, I don't really need, you know, another four... Like, my truck's a crew cab. It's four-door. It's got a bed. It does all the work. All I need is something that drives good and is good to look at and drives good. Like, that's all I care. Alrighty. Yeah, very sleepy turbo. Like I said, I am sleeping better. This is not exhaustion. I had to end stream a lot earlier last week just because I wasn't sleeping very well. I have since rectified that problem. I'm sleeping better. Turbo and stream engine swaps for Dodge Caliber memes. Honestly, you could fit a few... probably the best thing I can think of for an engine swap on a Dodge Caliber is a Honda K-Series. Put a K24 in that thing. That'd be sick. Especially a Turbo K. That thing would be rad. Turbo K or like a... what else would be interesting in something like that? I don't know. That's the popular one. K-swap is like that is the way. If you really wanted to be weird, you could put a R18 in it out of a Honda Civic, like a '08. Kind of basic motor, but they work really well. Yeah, I think it's been about 3 hours, and I need some sleep to recover from the crazy day that it's been. But expect streams to be longer and towards the midnight area when they end instead of 10:30, 11 o'clock like they have been. So, don't think it would work on RX-7 rotary engine. Probably, I mean, RX-7 rotaries are small. You might be able to get that 13B rotary down in the hole, but mastering the spinning Dorito and its controls is a whole different ball game. It takes a special kind of person to work on the Dorito. Those things are hard. And if you wonder why we call them the Dorito, it's because the rotor is a big triangle inside, so we call them the spinning Dorito. But yeah, no, the rotary is a tough beast to beat. You gotta know just how to do it, or you're gonna have a bad time. They're weird. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Like a Dorito chip, is easy to break. Yes, that is very true as well. They are definitely not hard to break. They're very good when they work, but woo, buddy, when they have a problem, they have a problem. They're an interesting sort for sure. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna call it a night. I have a good night and good rest. Yeah, you guys as well. Thank you all for watching. I will be back. I don't know tomorrow or not. I'm unsure about that as of yet. So, maybe Tuesday, maybe tomorrow. If you're not sure, watch my Discord. I always post it there. So, yes, good night, homies. Thank you guys again. Like I said, keep an eye out. I'll let you know when I'm going live next. I'm not 100% sure yet, but like I said, might be tomorrow, might be Tuesday. We'll find out together as the day goes on. So, have a great night, everybody. My name's Soji, and I'm out of here. I will catch you guys all here later, bro. See you in the next one. Yeah, you too. So, like I said, I'll see you either tomorrow night or Tuesday night, whichever is more possible for me. So, stay tuned, and I'm hoping I might even do if I can find a way to like live stream the engine removal on the cart, I might do that too. So, we'll find out. But yeah, have a great night, and I will catch you guys all on the flip. Good night, Roa. Thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated. So, catch you guys later on. I'm out. Good night.